Retro Duo. Alright. Now, what you want to do first is go over to this icon, and you see it says backup, and select it. Now, go up to cart to SD card. And that way you can at least put your game on there. And just in case you don't have it on there, go ahead and press start, and yeah, we'll let it name it for us. You can push A right there to let it name it, which is, this is Donkey K UFO. Press start. Now this is a big card. I probably could have used Mario World, because it's a much smaller one, but everybody showed Mario World, and I figured, I'll show you Donkey Kong Country just so you get an idea of how, how this works. Because it is one of the biggest, games this thing holds. Because Chrono Trigger's also another 32, megabyte. Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong 3. There's a couple of others, but alrighty. Yeah. Now something you may notice, which I have, it may be just me, it takes a little longer to put the actual card on there to the system than actually selecting the SD card in a minute and playing the game. Alrighty. Now, here's a very, very important step. Go down here to where it says SRAM cart to UFO. Now this is this is all your file information, and go ahead and click it over. Now what you want to do now is, you can either, this is what I like to do to make sure it's on there. This is a long way around, but go ahead and play your SD card. Go down and select your game. Yeah, go ahead and let it load. This is kind of a long method at it, because you don't have to exactly select your game, but just to make sure it's on there. Just to show you the files are there. Yeah, see how much faster it loads? It ain't too bad like this, but it was way worse the other way. Alright. Good old Rare logo. Awesome Donkey Kong. Now, I just want to show it's on there. Alright. Yeah, I beat this thing twice. I love it. I can go through it again. I went through this on a Super Boy with this file, but that's another story for another time. Yeah, just to show you that it works. I'm playing one-handed, so. Alright, now, when you're done, just go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on. This is just to make sure your files are there. Alright, now you see the last game you played is Donkey Kong Country. Go over here to this backup unit again. Now you see where it says UFO to SD? Select it. Because remember, you just put all your saved files onto this UFO. Now of course you just played Donkey Kong Country, so there's the game it's going to do, so it actually puts it there. So go ahead and press start, and you can leave it at that, or you can press A and let it, it's going to name it that because it's the SA RAM. Now press start. And now as you can see, now you got a save file for Donkey Kong. Now, just to show you something else, a little bit of something else, I'm going to go ahead and select Congo's Caper, okay? Let's just go ahead and select Congo. Because once you select Congo's Caper, that wipes Donkey Kong Country out. You know. Yeah, see, it does play backup. It does play backups or ROMs you legally own. But, alright. Now go ahead and turn the system back off and on. Congo's Caper is a good game, by the way. At least in my opinion. Okay, now let's say you want to go back and play that Donkey Kong file, okay? Alright. Now first thing you want to do is take your file off your SD and back to your UFO, okay? Go ahead and select the Donkey Kong save file. Now, you could put the game in the DD-RAM if you wanted to, you know, but let's just go back over here and play it with the SD card. I'll show you something else in a second. So now you want to play your SD card. So go ahead and select it and go back down to Donkey Kong. The 32 meg, this is C. Now you select the save file. Now you want to select the game the save file is from. Da 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 da, yeah. Seven minutes in this video, wow. But, alright, it's loading up, and it does, like I said, notice how much, it ain't that bad of loading, actually. Now, the Super UFO Pro 8, I should have mentioned earlier, does not do DSP-1 games, unless you got a card on top. It's kind of weird, but it's a step backwards from the other ones. Alright, now there's Donkey Kong Country. Alright, now there is your save files, okay? Now, I'm going to show you one more trick. Now, the thing claims to have save states. Now, that is hard. Now, that was a trick to learn. It took me a while to figure this out, which it's more easier than it looks. Which I'm going to use... Okay, we're going to go... Now, to use a save state, you have to put it in the DRAM, okay? So go ahead and take your SDC, you know what's a file, what's on your SD card, to your DRAM. And I'm going to use Congo's Caper. Of course I could. I could use Chess Master, but nobody wants to see chess. So go ahead and select Congo's Caper. Now, go over here to Hyper Mode. See where it says Normal? Put it on Hyper. Now, go over here, back to the first icon. Now, don't select Play SD card, or of course not to play the cart, but go ahead and play the DD-RAM game. Now, this is, see the Hyper Mode instructions? Alright. I'm going to show you about saving it also, so you have to really save this file to get to go back to work. So, alright. Just go ahead and start the game. I'm just showing you some of the options. Alright. Go ahead and do your playing game thing. Recording this from an iPod is not the best quality, so I do apologize. I ain't got no equipment. Alright. Let's just... There you go. See how the screen went black for a second? Now, watch this. Now if you hold, now you had to press L and start to get it to do that. To save state. Now to resume a save state, hold R and press start. Watch this. Whoa, you went backwards. Yeah. So that way if you ever get in a game and want to play so far, you can. You know, if you get like way up there, let's say in Mortal Kombat 2, and you know, you're, oh man, you're way up in it and have to quit, there you at least save it and be back on that same match at that point. Now, to save this thing, this is tricky. So go ahead and you have to turn it back off and back on. Now when you first turn it off and on, it gives you a black screen. I don't know why. So turn it off and on again. I mean, I've always had that trouble with this thing. Now my UFO Pro 8 sometimes has trouble reading the SD card. But alright, now look, go down to this option here. It says icon, game, power up, resume, yes. Now you want to save or resume data. Of course, go to Congo's Caper and press start. And you can leave it Congo save or whatever, or let it appreciate and let it name it. Now press start again. Now see, all save states are in 2s. Now, it's kind of weird. So now you have a save data. So to actually get this thing going back, remember, let's say you still want to play the game. Okay, remember, you have to select SD to RAM. Go ahead and go to Congo's Caper. Put it in hyper mode. Now you can load and resume data. Now I want to show you something. Now see, even though you started the game all back over, now my hand is to at least let the game load. So, yeah. Okay, go to your game. Alright, yeah, following little things. Now, hold R. Whoa, you jumped way up there. See, and that's how you get the save state. Now, if you notice, I've kind of, well, only problem I had, I don't know if you can tell by this, is kind of little, see I'm all them little white lines? That's the only problem I've had. But, go ahead and get killed once. See, that's the only problem I've had with some of the games for save states. It does give us a couple of graphical glitches. I don't know if it's just this one, but there were a couple of others. Like even Castlevania X had a few problems. Like once the picture looked fine with no sound. But really, that's about all I can show you. I mean, this thing, it does play backups. I mean, it plays about, well, practically a lot of stuff that you want. Like I said, there you go again. So, in conclusion, like I said, that's just showing you some of the stuff this thing does. It's probably not as good as you have, you know, the Power Pack, that Retro Zone, and probably not as good as the Super UFO Pro, or not Super UFO Pro 8, the Super EverDrive, or that new SD2 SNES.